Hey guys, hope you're doing extraordinary. I'm Deepak Chaudhury and welcome to my channel. This is a place where we study human behavior, a combination of human habits and human mindset and its impact on personal success, hyper performance, leadership, influence, employee engagement, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Today's video is about personal success and more precisely about the power of perceptions and the role our perceptions play in our lives and in our success. This story comes to you from a book named The Answer, written by Alan and Barbara Pease. So this is a story about a farmer and his old donkey. One day the donkey falls into a well and starts making a lot of noise, starts crying for help. The farmer goes and sees what has happened and starts thinking, how can I get the donkey out of the well? After some time of thinking, he decided that I cannot get the donkey out. And anyways, the well was needed to fill up and the donkey was old, so it was supposed to die. So why not combine both of them? He thoughts that and then invites a few neighbors, and each of them they grab a shovel and started putting dirt inside the well. The donkey understood what's happening and he started to make more noise and crying for more help. But nothing was going to happen. Let me stop the story here and ask you, if you are at the donkey's place, what options do you have? And if you are the donkey, what did you do? Would you accept this as fate and sit there and die, or would you do something? Now let's take this situation back to your life. How do you behave and how do you act when you feel stuck? When you feel that there is no way out of a situation? When you feel that the whole world is against you? How do you behave and how do you act? Let's go back to the story. After a few minutes of putting the dirt inside the well, the owner was not able to hear any noise coming out of the well. So he stopped while the neighbors continued, and he went near the well and peeped in. He was amazed by what he saw. With each shovel of dirt hitting the donkey's back, the donkey is shaking it off and he's taking a step up. Within some time, everyone was amazed to see the donkey jump off the edge of the well and trotting off. Now, what is the moral of the story and how is this relevant for your success? Now, here is the moral of the story as per the authors Alan and Barbara Pease. Life is going to shovel dirt onto us whether we like it or not. The trick to getting out of the well is to shake it off and take a next step. Each of our troubles is in fact a stepping stone to getting out. And we can get out of the deepest vales, deepest situations in our lives just by not giving up. Shake it off and take a next step or take a step up. That's the learning, or that's the moral of the story as per the authors. I believe it's time for me now to share the lessons learned from this particular story. Lesson number 1, perception is power. Our perception, our worldview is the lens through which we see and interpret the world around us. So if we can handle our perceptions, we will be able to see opportunities hidden inside obstacles. While others will be crying for help, we will be able to take advantage of the situation and move ahead. So I believe it's time for you and me to reflect how constructive, how positive, how empowering our worldview, our perceptions are. And how skilled are we in seeing or finding opportunities hidden inside obstacles? And how do we behave and react when life throws an opportunity or an obstacle at us? And how are our perceptions and our worldviews made? And is there any way we can reconstruct and reshape our worldview and our perceptions? Now, the lesson number 2 I have to share with you is our perception is built from our experience and our exposure. When I say experience, I mean the actions we take and the results of those actions. That is what becomes our experience. When I say exposure, what I mean is the human dimension we expose ourselves to. For example, when you read a book or an article, you are exposing yourself to the thoughts and insights and opinions and suggestions and advice of the authors. Similarly, when you are watching a video or listening to a podcast, you are exposing yourself to the ideas, thoughts, opinions, advices, and insights of the speaker. We also expose ourselves to the gossips and the complaints and the excuses from people around us. So all in all, what I'm saying is our exposure represents the human dimension of our life, and our experience represents the action dimension of our lives. And the lesson number 3 is we are in control of both these aspects. So if we choose, we can change our experience and our exposure, and by that we can change our perceptions. So in order to change your perception, you have to start gaining different experiences. So you have to do stuff you have never done before. You have to do stuff that pushes you out of your comfort zone. You have to do stuff that you are afraid of. Similarly, you can change your perception by changing your exposure. The videos you watch, the podcasts you listen to, the books and articles you read, and the people you spend maximum amount of your time with. You change that and you have a chance of building more empowering, more positive, and more constructive worldview or perceptions, and your life can change. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you is that our ability to create and contribute is a function of our perception, and our perception is a function of our consumption. Okay, so change your consumptions and you will be able to change your perceptions. Once you change your perception, you will be able to create and contribute much differently. Okay, so that's the lesson I had to share with you. Now let me share with you the second story of the day and end today's video. This video comes to you from my 5th standard literature book. Okay, I remember not the details but the context. So here's the story. Some time ago, a long time ago, there lived a village tribal head or tribal village head in some western districts of Odisha. And this tribal head is worried because for last couple of years there has been no harvest from their lands. So while one day he is sitting by the road worried about the harvest, a jeep comes by and stops. From the jeep comes out the school inspector. The inspector knows the old man, so after an exchange of greetings, the inspector asks, "So how is the harvest this year?" To which the old man replies, "How can the harvest be, or how can I have any harvest when Mother Earth is so angry with us?" The inspector was puzzled, so he asked, "Why is Mother Earth so angry with you?" The old man replies that from last few years we have stopped giving her sacrifices, stopped giving her blood, and without blood the Mother Earth will never give us any harvest. The school inspector thinks for a few seconds and then asks the old man to join him in his jeep to the nearby school and invites him to stay the night there and promises that while returning back tomorrow morning, I will drop you at your home. The old man agrees and they start their journey of 8 to 10 kilometers. While they are traveling, let me ask you this. How do you think you will be able to change the perception of this old tribal head who believes that in order to give you produces, in order to give you harvest, you have to sacrifice or give Mother Earth blood? So in the meantime, our school inspector and the old man, they have reached the school and they enter the school, and suddenly the old man starts running around with joy because he is looking at the schoolyard, which is big and filled with so many flowers, so many fruits and so many vegetable plants he has not seen in years. And after touching each flower, each fruit and each vegetable, when he was exhausted, he sat down and looked at the inspector and said, "This is the place where they have given a lot of blood to Mother Earth." And to which the inspector responds, "Yes, we'll see that tomorrow morning." So the next morning, both of them enter the yard while a lot of men and women are working on the yard. And pointing in that direction of the men and women who are working, the inspector asked the old man, "Do you see these people giving blood?" The old man was puzzled. He was like, no, I don't see them giving any blood. And even if they are giving, whose blood are they giving to Mother Earth here? I want to know that. The school teacher pointed out to the sweaty faces, to the sweaty hands and legs, and the drops of sweat falling on the ground from these workers, and told the old man, look at that. They are giving their own blood to the Mother Earth. And that is the sweat, that is the blood Mother Earth is looking for. If you start giving that blood, your sweat, then she will give you anything you want. The old man had a sparkle in his eyes now. He's smiling and he looks at the inspector and says, yes, I understand what blood Mother Earth needs. This was a story of quick change of perception. And as I told, as it is evident from both the stories, if you are able to change your perception, you will be able to take back charge of your life. Okay? So now I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you loved it. I hope you learned a ton from this video, and I'm expecting you to take full advantage of this process of perception building and build for yourself a few positive, empowering, and constructive perceptions and take charge of your life back. I hope you loved it. I hope you enjoyed it. Now it's time for you to share this piece of content with your community, with your network and people around you, so that everyone can benefit from this. And to learn more about human behavior and its impact on personal success, hyper-performance, leadership, influence, employee engagement and innovation, and entrepreneurship, subscribe to my channel now. Your subscription is what keeps me going. That is what helps me to continuously contribute to your success. So don't forget to subscribe if you have not done that already. Thank you for joining me in today's video. I will see you in the future videos. Till then, take care and be limitless.